Hello to my Libras. This is Queen Amun-Ra coming to you with your general reading, Libras. Hopefully everybody's having a great week so far. Let's get into your reading. This reading is going to be for September 12th through the 19th, 2025. All of these readings are timeless. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Coming back, welcome back. All right, Libras, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it, Libras. I'm sending everybody so much love and light your way, right? Hopefully you're really getting outside in your element, which is air, right? Get outside and get some fresh air. The moon, I believe, at the time of filming is in Taurus, which could affect your throat chakra, right? Some of the things you can do is, get outside and get some air. Turn on your favorite song. Sing to the top of your lungs, right? Right? You don't have to be a singer, right? But again, you singing is going to help, like I said, warm up your vocal cords, right? So yeah, here we go with this card here, starting out, right? And as you start to feel it in your body, you can also download a moon calendar too. Usually they're free wherever you are in the world. Usually there's free apps. So yeah, you can download a moon calendar, but this is what's starting out, right? So this week highlights truth, fairness, and balance. And so you're seeking clarity and alignment in important areas of your life. And this is about your health, you're having a healthy work-life balance. Libra is the zodiac sign that sits right in the middle of all the other zodiac signs. Even when you consider Ophiuchus, yeah, it does. Yeah, it sits right in the middle of all the other zodiac signs. And so this is what we're starting out with here. Your challenge is going to be the week of 12th through the 19th. You can mark this on your calendar. It could be this, So conflict or miscommunication may arise. So the challenge is choosing peace over pride and knowing when to walk away. You could have encountered some things. I'm kind of picking up already in your cards here some miscommunication, right? Because it sounds like usually when people start at the five of swords, it always sounds like it's people playing mind games, right? But unless you get to the root of something, like ace of swords would be the beginning. Like, what is the motive? Right? Because this connects us with the element of air, right? Which heart chakra. And so you're trying to make a connection. Okay? You're just trying to make some kind of a connection with something, right? And so when people start like when people call you, they start mid something, mid conversation or whatever, and you're trying to get to the root of something, you'll know if, you'll know if people are playing mind games, if you say, well, wait a minute, hold on, start from the beginning. I had a lot on my mind. I'm racing around, whatever. If they want to start at the beginning, right? Sometimes too much time has passed. See these two people right here walking away? Sometimes too much time has passed for even people to even remember what people are even talking about. So if a person doesn't remember, they just don't remember. That's just it. Yeah. Who's there to sit there and oh, you remember such and such and such and such? Sometimes people don't remember. So let's see. Yeah, when you're trying to get to the root of something, because this is what you have in common with other air signs, right? This is what you have in common with other air signs. Air signs are always, because it's the air that we breathe, air outside, inside, whatever. But so you notice here, it starts at the 5 of swords, not at the ace of swords, and then it jumps to the 10 of swords, right? So the past influences is 10 of swords, right? So see how this person is lying down here with 10 swords in their back? Sword, being stabbed in the back by a sword is very painful, right? So this would be like loved ones talking about you behind closed doors, where you're behind closed doors and they don't already know what you're going through. And so a lot of people have that in common. So when people come to you and you're trying to heal from all the other sword wounds in your back, and here comes somebody starting a conversation about something, and then they go, oh, you know what I'm talking about? You're just like, sometimes you really don't know. And so you have no idea what people are talking about. And so that's the past influences. So future influences would be the Ace of Cups, right? See how this water is going to wash off all these wounds here. So Ace of Cups is about a wave of emotional renewal is coming. So expect love, compassion, or spiritual healing to flow into your week, right? You just never know what people are going through behind closed doors, right? So something could start out like somebody's playing mind games, and then you hear, you know, that someone, you know, has compassion towards you, you know, behind closed doors. You're like, oh, wow, you had no idea. And that's all it took was somebody to hear something, for like water was just being washed, like cleansed, you know, cleansing something away or washing something away, right? So yeah, a lot of people, like I said before, a Taurus could have said something about somebody, or two Taurus could have said something, because Hierophant, you have an innate spiritual understanding of like when people come in, something about an Aquarius, because Aquarius' card is 5 of Swords, or it could be your second house, or it could be in your 11th house, right? So again, so many people have so much in common of like loved ones talking about them behind their back, right? And people, you're trying to process loved ones talking about you behind your back, and somebody comes up to you and just starts a conversation. You could be thinking about work, what you saw on your way home from work. You could be studying. I mean, like so many things on people's minds. So anyway, Aquarius rules 11th house, Taurus rules 2nd house, and so Leo's rule 5th house. So a Leo could be involved in something. I mean, but you could also have all those zodiac signs in your birth chart as well. So check to see what your signs are in your 5th house, your 2nd house, your 11th house, because you rule 7th house, right? So what somebody is learning how to do here is, and the past influences, like I said before, would be the 10 of Swords, right? But sometimes it washes us all away, you know, sometimes with, oh, I didn't know what you were going through behind closed doors, or like even watching, see how this person is on their cell phone, like maybe watching somebody, possibly you hear almost like hearing identical, like your story, what you've gone through. And remember, water is reflective, so something maybe reflect something that you've gone through, and you're just hearing basically how like people can relate to being talked to by loved ones behind their closed doors, and then somebody shows like some kind of empathy, you know, for a person, and goes, wow, you had no idea somebody, you know, noticed or saw something, right? And so the conscious goal is the 6 of Wands. You're striving for recognition and success, and you want your efforts to be seen, celebrated, and rewarded, right? And so seeing something could just kind of like put kind of the anxiety to bed. Like, so again, your 6th house may be of significance to you as well, just like your 1st house may be of significance. And Virgos rule 6th house, so somebody is like really focusing on their daily activities, like being more meticulous and just kind of sort of their daily activities, because somebody was basically like somebody is smoking mirrors, and that was like getting somebody boiling hot mad. So you got like boiled over hot water, right? Possibly, right? So the unconscious influences for you could be 4 of Swords, right? So 4 of Swords is beneath the surface. You may be craving rest and recovery. So Spirit is urging you to slow down and heal. Slow down and heal. Again, we get into healthy work-life balance, right? And so the advice would be the Temperance card. You know, so this balance and moderation are key. Blend patience with action and trust divine timing to bring harmony, bring things into balance. So somebody's learning how to see something from a higher frequency. There's so many people have so many things in common, like for real, like people like, oh my gosh, you know, so some energies are retreating. They're just like, too many people have the same thing in common. Like, it's just, until you see something and you go, wow, okay, that just kind of sort of calms somebody's fire down, just like, you know, calm somebody's anxiety down a little bit. And then, you know, your external influences is Page of, you know, Page of Pentacles here, right? And so Page of Pentacles would be opportunities for growth or learning are around you. And so others may present offers that, you know, help to plant seeds for long-term success. So somebody's about to feel like new money, like you're getting a message that you got opportunities all around you. So again, Source really wants you to get your rest so that you can get prepared for a softer life, so that you can receive, right? A lot of it is like who you're talking to, like the air of the energies that you're around, right? And so it looks like some of those energies have moved on. And so the you know, hopes and fears would be the Devil card, right? So you may fear being bound by unhealthy cycles or attachments, and so this card reminds you that you have the power to break free of that, right? And so breaking free of this is not operating in fear. The Devil card symbolizes lust, it symbolizes restrictions, it symbolizes obsessions. So if you're around energies who have lustful spirits, they're obsessed with something, maybe watching something on social media and saying that somebody talking about somebody behind their back when so many people have the same thing in common. As a matter of fact, when I'm teaching tarot and I'm teaching people how to read cards, almost every single person who has whoever helped learn how to read cards ends up saying, this sounds like my life. And they can pull out any card in the deck. This sounds like mine. When you start talking about what the cards mean, that sounds like what I'm going through right now. Anybody, literally. So, could be going through the same things. Where people are thinking that people are playing mind games and talking about people behind their back, but there's a whole lot of steps. There's a lot of cards missing in between here. And then here we have the outcome, which is the World card. So by the week's end, a cycle comes to completion, and fulfillment, success, and wholeness bring closure, preparing you for a fresh beginning, right? This is about setting boundaries. The World card is a generational card, right? Setting boundaries with people who just kind of run up on you and want to start just talking out the blue. Like, whoa, 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 wait a minute, hold on. What can you start from the beginning? Your mind is already thinking about racing, thinking about 10, 15 different other things. Whoa, 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 wait, hold on. You just talking about, you give me a heads up, like people just start talking, right? So yeah, instead of, and that's what it feels like, mind games. A person just like expect for you to just kind of sort of put whatever they're talking about at the forefront of your brains when so many people have so much in common. So just look at these rest of the cards, and then we're going to set an intention. So don't forget that rest is a form of self-care. That's the Four of Swords here. So your laughter is medicine. Yeah, so so you are an answered prayer. And you have the gift of deja vu. This is remembering the future, right? And so people know how things are going to turn out when somebody met their match. But yeah, people know how things are going to turn out when people almost feel like you start in mid-sentence, not you, but you know what I'm saying, like a person comes up with you, they start talking mid-sentence, you're just like, okay, well, hold on. Unless, you know, you do have those friendships where you can just like put a pin in something, and you can have like 10 different conversations like in one conversation. Like you and somebody could be talking, or a group of people can be talking, jump from this conversation to that conversation, whatever. But yeah, so you already kind of know how things are going to pan out. This is when I look at this card here, I feel like, yeah, here we have your ancestors have a message. Check your request list again. So your gifts have increased, and somebody secretly has a crush on you. I don't know who that is, but you have to pray about it, find out. Heart chakra cleanse. Yeah, so you versus you. Because somebody's seeing something as a competition. Somebody could have been saying to you that something is a competition, but pray and meditate. But you have a 10th house, right? So somebody really envies you. Somebody sees you almost as like their property, like they can control you. And if they can't control you, they play mind games. So you're not interested in playing mind games. So here we have relax. So I feel like looking at your cards Somebody thinks that everything comes to you easily. Whoever this energy is, they think things come to you easily, right? And you're seeing something from a higher frequency now, is what you have in common, possibly, with some people. When people think as an air sign, they think things just come to you easily. I think people forget that your mind is always, I can't say speak for you, but your mind could be just like always kind of like in processing mode, thinking. And so it looks like somebody overstepped the boundary here. Looks like two energies overstepped the boundary here. Somebody that you have in common. Somebody that you may have something in common with. But yeah. And so almost kind of like expecting for you to know what people are talking about. Like you're just like, what? Start at the beginning again. So you're setting priorities. This is 291 here. So say no to distractions moving forward. Immediate action is required. So your angels call you to prioritize what you want. There are many distractions around you. Presently, and the challenge is to keep your mind set on your true desire. So eliminate the distractions today by postponing or declining anything that isn't essential. Yep, 291. Anything that's not essential, your mind could be thinking about a whole lot of things, and you're like, nope. Because you're learning how to see how, like this right here, you got like one angel on one shoulder. Okay, this, I'm seeing the glare already. You can have an angel on one, for like, you know, on the Flintstones. Angel on one shoulder, devil on another shoulder. If y'all remember that episode, somebody gonna be like, oh, remember that? Who are they? The Flintstones? Okay, right, the Flintstones. But anyway, when Fred, hold on, yeah, Fred Flintstone had an angel on one shoulder and the devil on another. So especially trying to get you to balance things out without being in relationships with energies who you feel like are playing mind games, you know, with you, you know. So you could just be a person that's like, okay, you get it, you know. So I don't know, like I said, somebody could secretly have a crush on you. So but let's see what else we got going on here. I think that's it. I think let's set an intention here for your cards. Yeah, I am polite with everyone I meet. So that's the intention that you're setting, because you're seeing the creator in everybody. So continue being polite with everyone that you meet. I feel like somebody is just moving on. Somebody may be taking one last look back and just moving on. Yeah, so yeah, faith, right? So miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. Remember, you all are ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, and aesthetics. And somebody is extraordinary, right? So there's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. So focus. I think that is it. We got all the numbers. Let me see if there's a chakra card here. Crown chakra. Yep, clean eating day. So somebody may be focusing on clean eating. Somebody may be doing a full detox. So your closing message, Libra, is about restoring balance, embracing healing, and stepping into completion. Justice and Temperance call you into harmony, right? So while the Ace of Cups and the World card promises emotional renewal, fulfillment, release, conflict of old attachments, that you are moving into clarity and wholeness, right? So you got everything here in all your entire reading. All right, that is what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.